Welcome back to the channel. I told you it wasn't going to be long. I'd start uploading some stuff. So here I am delivering for you, man. But here's what it is. I was at my buddy's hobby shop this past Saturday. That would have been the 31st, New Year's Eve. And walked in just to say hey, talk to him, see how he was doing. And happened to walk by a shelf in the back, saw something that caught my eye. Now, when this kit was originally put out, which it was actually put out in 1995 and then I think reissued somewhere in the mid 2010s, somewhere in there, I never even paid this kit any kind of attention, simply because of the scale. It's a 1/12 scale model. Kind of did it for me. I like to stick with 1/10 or bigger, but I saw this thing, caught my eye, pulled it off the shelf, took a look at it, and started asking him about it. And so we got to talking about what he was going to do, which was nothing. And so we got to talking about a price, and he told me what he wanted, which was an incredible deal for what it is. And so I bought it. I would have never bought it again. I would have never bought it if it was original kit because it was a 1/12 scale. But when I saw it, first time I've ever seen one, I had to have it for my collection. So let me turn this thing around and show you what we got. This is a Tamiya M1025 1025 AMG Hummer. Now this is 1/12 scale, like I said, but it does come out to be 15.5 inches long and 7.5 inches wide. As you can, this is a hard plastic ABS body, hard body, whatever you want to call it. But the detail on it is phenomenal. Now there's a couple little places where it's been moved and things of that nature. It's got a minimal amount of scuffs on it. I think there's one on the other side, whatnot. The truck itself has never had an ESC. It's never had a battery. It does have the Silvercan motor, and it does have a steering servo, but that's as far as it's ever been. Along with it, the original build manual. That is the only things that I got. I didn't get a box or anything like that, any kind of spare parts, and that's fine because this thing is not going to get sold. I'm going to keep this one here simply because it's just a killer piece. I like it a lot. It does have one of the craziest body mount systems that I've ever seen Tamiya use, and so I want to get this camera steadied and show you guys why I bought this thing. Okay, so from over the top, all you see is the two body clips on the back side. Now I'm going to take these two body clips off. Set these off to the side, and then when you roll it over, I'm going to try my best. I'm using a new piece of equipment here. It mounts on the shock tower. There's like a fork system that mounts on that shock tower on the front. So you have to slide the body inward to get it to mount, to get it to lock in. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. But let me show you why I got it. The bottom side of this rig doesn't have a scratch on it. I mean, there's nothing. It is absolutely one of the cleanest used rigs I've ever seen in my life. And so I couldn't pass it up. It's just I like it. It's a great piece. Let me get this off. And if I don't break it, trying to get it off. Set this over here. And as you can see now, it's just a little dusty, but it's got the steering servo here, Silvercan motor in the back. Other than that, nothing's been put in there. There's nothing. It's just as clean as can be. It's got a shaft drive system, obviously. Great piece. The only thing I don't know is if it has bearings in it or not. I haven't pulled wheels off of it or anything. I guess we could do that now and see if it does have bearings. Let's take a look. Be able to see it behind them. So I'm assuming it's just all bushings, but if it is, we'll size them up at the hobby shop, and then I'll just buy the bearings by themselves. No, it's all bushings. You see the white bushing there. So definitely going to be adding bearings to it because this one is not going to be sold. I'm bad about buying them and hanging on to them for a little while and then selling them. But this one, being as that it's a discontinued model, is going to stay here. I've seen some of them on eBay. I did price them on eBay, and they go anywhere from $200 to $600. But that's pretty much new in the box. I don't have a box. I don't have any of that stuff. I don't have any extra parts or anything like that. So this is going to be a runner, I believe. And I'm just going to hang on to it and enjoy it. It's just too great a piece. As you can see, the detail on it is just crazy. Everything's molded because it is ABS. All the moldings on the side, the rivet or bolt heads, rivet heads, whatever they are all molded in. As far as the grill and everything, it's just a great looking piece, man. I like it a lot. This antenna on the thing is driving me crazy, but it's just a really, really nice rig. And underside of the body is just as clean as the rest of it. There's that mounting system from the front. As you can see, it's like a fork, kind of. And see that? Yeah, it's kind of wild. But all the glass is intact, or plastic, whatever you want to call it. And nothing is out of whack. It's a phenomenal piece. I will tell you this here. I have seen them online, like I said, for $200 plus. And I was fortunate enough to get this one for less than $80. So I had to have it. So that's it. I hope if you're a diehard modeler that you can see why I bought this thing. I couldn't pass it up. I don't think I bought somebody else's problem at all. If I don't do anything but put bearings in the thing and get it ready to run and just put it up on the shelf, I'm happy because I think I got a great deal on a great piece. Plans, I don't know. The body is molded in that green plastic. Is it a true olive drab? No, it's not. But in this era, a lot of these, AMG Hummer or these Hummers, whatever, that I've seen around my area, I live relatively close to Fort Bragg, are that desert tan. So there's a possibility that I may spray it desert tan and then do a little weathering on it and, correctly paint, turn signals and all the respective lights like headlights, tail lights, things of that nature, and try to source a black antenna instead of that silver thing. I mean, it's fine, but just to scale it out because I honestly think it's kind of worthy of doing so. And then hang on to it. Maybe run it once or twice. I've read a lot of stuff online. Guys are telling me that in stock fashion like this here, that it's just really too fast for what it is. It's more of a racer. I don't want to do that. I don't want to tear it up. So I may, if I decide to run it, I may step it down to something 65 turn, if not up to 100 turn, like an RC 4-wheel drive crawler motor, and then go down to a really small pinion gear and try to get everything to mesh up as far as the transmission goes to slow it down. I don't know that I'm going to do anything crazy with the tires. The tires on those wheels are glued to the wheels, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would try to change them to something that's a little more scale and a little more has a little more of a performance edge. But I'm not going to take this truck out and go crawling. I may just take it out and just run it across the yard and make some videos and things of that nature. So it's not that it's a necessity to do so. But there it is, man. I just wanted to show you guys what I picked up, what I was fortunate enough to pick up, and I hope you guys liked it. Stay tuned. I've got I'm going to wait and forewarn you, if you're not a Volkswagen person, the next couple of videos may not be your bag because I'm going to be putting up 3 different ones for 3 different builds that I have either completed in the middle of or in the beginning stages of doing. One of them being that right there. That is my crown jewel that I've wanted since I was a teenager. And if you don't know what that is a Tamiya Sand Scorcher. That is, I have wanted that thing since I was like 15 years old, and I finally said, you know what, get it. So it's right there. It's not been painted yet because of weather. I want the weather to be absolutely perfect so I do not screw this paint job up. But I got a lot of plans for that rig and a lot more coming. So I hope you guys will stick around. Let's make it let's let's make a go of this thing. Let's appreciate this hobby. Let's celebrate this hobby, and let's just get out there and build and enjoy. Yeah, hope you guys are healthy, happy, and remember, check on your neighbors and be a good, decent human being. This world needs it worse than anything right now. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you real soon on the next video. All right, later.